Hey friends, welcome to today's video. Today is going to be the greatest day of your life. Is it true? Is the start stopping you? After all, you are hardwired to act, to grow, to achieve. It is in your DNA. Think about it. The moment you first breathed life into your lungs, you sprang into action. The first thing you did was set out to get something to eat. When you were fed, you were very satisfied. But soon you wanted more. You started to pursue bigger goals and do bigger things. You started to sit up, to crawl, to walk, and to talk. Think of the satisfaction, the pride and joy that came with your first word or your first step. But that satisfaction, as with most things, soon wore off, and dissatisfaction set in again. You wanted to put words and steps together. You kept wanting to accomplish more and do greater things. That is 100% natural. It's that natural desire to start something new, to be, do, or have more. It's supposed to continue throughout your entire lifetime. But what happens? I guess our wires get short-circuited because I notice a lot of people become complacent. You might think you should be satisfied with what you have or be so afraid of losing what you already have that you won't take any new chances. And during those times, you lose the motivation and joy of growing. I don't know if something happens to folks or what, but when I talk to people, I notice, I don't understand why they don't want to continue to grow as they get older. But we get comfortable, we stay home. We don't want to go out and take chances because we're so afraid of losing what we have today. I want to tell you a quick story. I had a friend that had talked to me about this exact point, and he said that he had been at his job for 5 years and was completely stuck. He said his boss had only given him one raise, and since there was only 2 of them in the company, there was no position to move up to. He had applied for several jobs, but nothing had panned out, unfortunately. He wanted to quit his job bad, but he couldn't. He had a wife at home and bills to pay. His only option was to keep working 10 hours a day, every day, even though he no longer liked what he was doing. It started to feel like he was going to die there. He hated going to bed every night because he knew he had to go to work as soon as he woke up, and every morning he had to drag himself out of bed. He was spinning his wheels, and before long, everything started spiraling downwards. He started getting sick all the time, his relationships suffered, and nothing seemed to matter anymore. That is until he had just had enough. He decided to figure out what he wanted to do with his life. He had no idea what it was. However, he knew he didn't want to do what he was doing then and there. So that's where he started. Knowing what he didn't want helped him narrow things down. And eventually he figured some things out and decided to focus on just one thing. Then things started to turn around. I worked with him. We got going on creating a goal. It re-energized his life, and because he then had something inspiring to work towards again. And a few months later, everything has changed in his life. And he said, Doug, thank you for working with me. He watches the channel here. He got a new job. His relationship with his wife improved dramatically, and he was healthier than he had felt in years. And, now he is beginning to start his own business. I'm so proud of him, and I'm so excited for the results that he's beginning to achieve in his life. And I wanted to share his story with you because it's like hundreds of stories that I've heard before, You may feel hopeless or like you're trapped in a dead-end job or a dead-end circumstance. You may feel something you really want is completely out of your reach, so you don't even try to get it. It reminds me of an interesting fable about Satan that I used to listen to all the time. The story goes that Satan was having a sale of his wares. Then on display, or he had them there on display and offered them for sale. And there was a rapier of jealousy, a dagger of fear, and the strangling noose of hatred, each with a very high price. But standing alone on a purple pedestal was a worn and battered wedge. The pedestal, which was the devil's most prized possession, was not for sale because with it alone he could stay in business. It was the wedge of discouragement. Now, why do you suppose the devil values so highly and actually would not sell the worn and battered wedge of discouragement? It makes you think, doesn't it? You see, he prized discouragement because of its devitalizing, demoralizing effect. Hatred, fear, or jealousy may lead immature people to act unwisely, to fight, or to run, but at least they still act. You see, discouragement, on the other hand, hurts people more than any of these. It causes them to sit down, pity themselves, and worst of all, do nothing. And that's when I recommend that we get back to the basics, When we're discouraged, we stop doing what's natural for us, what we started doing the moment we were born. We stop wanting to be, do, and have more. However, when we realize that discouragement is often a form of self-pity, we can begin to take stock of ourselves, of our predicament, to declare, to act, to do something that will take us out of the unpleasant situation. The answer to discouragement then is intelligent action. Get rid of discouragement and doubt before they get rid of you. The devil might not survive without his priceless wedge, but you can. So, friends, let's get started today. Yes, there are risks and costs to action. However, they are far less than the long-range risks of comfortable inaction. And the rewards are usually greater than you could ever possibly imagine. Let's get our shoes on today. Let's get moving. Maybe get started by going for a 15 or 20-minute walk around the block. Boy, I bet when you come home, you're going to feel energized. Your mind is going to be clear, and you're going to be ready to start taking action. And action begins by setting a goal. I tell you, once we get a goal going, we have something to work towards. It's going to fill our hearts with happiness. It's going to encourage our minds to begin to think of ways to accomplish the things that we want to accomplish in our lives. And I'm going to tell you right now, if anybody is worth it, you are. You are worth the action. If anybody can do it, you can. You can take the action. I believe in you. I care about you, and you know what? I can't wait to see the results of what taking action is going to accomplish in your life. I can't wait to hear about it. Put it in the comments of this video. Whatever it might be that you're achieving or accomplishing, we all want to cheer you on. You know why? Because we're on your team. Think about this. It doesn't matter who around you might discourage you or tell you it can't be done. When you know that there are thousands of people you've never met before who are encouraging you, who believe in you, and who know that you can do it. We have 161,000 people who are a part of this grand community, and I tell you, I guarantee you, there isn't one of those 161,000 people that don't want to see you do what it is you want to do to have the life you deserve to have. I'll be back tomorrow with some more great stuff to keep you thinking. We'll keep walking down this path together. It makes me so happy to know that you're moving in the right direction, doing the right things. Now look in the mirror. Tell yourself you're great. Put a smile on your face. Put those shoes on your feet. And let's get taking action today. Take care, friends. I'll see you tomorrow.